Now shift our attention to what is happening in the Gaza war. The truce that had hung on by a thread snapped early this morning. Fighting is again resumed in the Gaza Strip, or to be more accurate, Israel has begun its campaign of relentless bombings. Now, Israel has ordered for all civilians in the densely populated region of Khan Yunis in the southern part of the Gaza Strip to evacuate. The United Nations has criticized the resumption of this conflict. The spokesperson for the United Nations Humanitarian Office has said that the continuation of this conflict means hell on earth has again returned to Gaza. Earlier today, the Israeli warplanes bombed the Gaza Strip, sending several people to shelters. And according to a UNICEF spokesperson, inaction in Gaza is an approval for the killing of the children of Gaza.
Fear most certainly now has returned. So have the wounded. As I was there, ambulances came, people ran with bloody bodies on stretchers. It is reckless to think more attacks on the people of Gaza will lead to anything other than carnage. There were 4 blasts nearby the hospital, very close, whilst I was there. There have been many more in the last 30 minutes.
Now, the eastern areas of Khan Yunis have in fact come under intense bombardment. In the northern part of the besieged enclave, huge plumes of smoke were seen rising above the ruins just few hours after the truce expired. The health officials in the Gaza Strip have reported that at least about 109 people, civilians, predominantly young women and children, have in fact been killed in this carnage that has been unleashed by the Israelis since this morning. A hospital in Khan Yunis was flooded with the wounded after the resumption of the Israeli bombardment. Several ambulances brought in the wounded people to the medical facility. Most of them are young people, young children. An Israeli government spokesperson has said that Hamas violated the ceasefire by launching a rocket and by not releasing the women and children hostages, while adding that Hamas is still holding on to hostages in violation of humanitarian law. But this is the carnage that is being perpetrated on the Palestinians all over again.
Unfortunately, Hamas decided to terminate the pause by failing to release all the kidnapped women, as it was obligated to do so, and kidnapped children, and by resuming rocket fire. The perpetrators of the October 7th massacre have decided to hold on to the hostages they brutally abducted in violation of humanitarian law and every norm of humanity. Having chosen to hold on to our women, Hamas will now take the mother of all thumpings.
So that is how the Israelis are describing this, that there will now be a mother of all thumpings. Pay attention to that word. Meanwhile, the Biden administration is also to impose some visa bans on Israeli extremist settlers in the West Bank, who have been creating a lot of violence in the West Bank and occupying lands that belong to the Palestinians. The American Secretary of State Anthony Blinken informed the Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu and his war cabinet that the United States will actually take its own action against some undisclosed number of individuals. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.